1970, we sure we did the forefront. Knowledge for selfish, for sure we did the work. Auditorium to basement of all faculty of law. We did represent, stand tall anywhere we go. Work hard and we shine, commitment, dedication. Neurosurgery, comedy, music, Nollywood. SOTK, Dr. Call, MC Casino. We did represent, stand tall anywhere we go. Great Uniben, great Uniben, great Uniben, great Uniben.
Hello viewers, welcome to another episode of the Uniben Alumni Series. As you know, this is a show where we discuss with alumni of the University of Benin, men and women that are shaping their worlds or wherever they are. And on today's episode, we have a young Nigerian, a progressive Nigerian with us today. But before then, remember the 2023 Nigerian presidential election marked a pivotal chapter in the nation's political landscape. It was no longer a familiar duel between two titans, but a stirring three-horse race that redefined the structure of electoral competition in Nigeria. Among the contenders emerged the former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi, whose campaign stood upon the pillars of integrity, fiscal discipline, and the promise of a more inclusive future for Nigerians' youth. His message ignited the hopes of a generation, resonating deeply with the restless dreams of young Nigerians across the land. Galvanized by this vision, the youth rallied with enthusiasm, organizing under the banner of Obidient, a movement born not merely of politics, but of purpose. At the forefront of this groundswell stood Morris Monye, a Petroleum Engineering graduate of the University of Benin. With unwavering resolve, he dedicated his energy and resources to shaping the Obidient movement into the formidable force it has become, a man of different and many progressive paths. Moye's role in the unfolding narrative is deeply engraved in the chronicles of a nation yearning for true leadership. On that note, I welcome Morris Monye to this program today. Thank you, Morris, for joining us today.
Thank you, Kaka. I mean, we can still call you Kaka.
Yeah. It's okay.
So, yeah.
Let's start with you. Picking the University of Benin as where you get your tertiary education, because I assume you resided in Lagos before then, because your secondary education was in Lagos. So why did you opt for the University of Benin?
So it's not as if I chose Uniben. Uniben chose me, because
Okay.
in those days, I was writing jam. Jam was jamming me. So I did jam, I think 2-3 times before, I entered Uniben. My first choice was Covenant University.
Okay.
Or that first set who had to write post UME for Covenant, but I missed that year. So my father just said, okay, let's just go to Uniben and just do their pre-degree. It was called pre-degree that time. So I did a diploma in chemical engineering.
Okay.
The plan was, once I do that diploma in chemical engineering, in my second year, I'll do a direct entry exam, then enter year 2.
Yeah.
But along the line, I said, okay, let me just write jam again while doing my diploma. So that knowledge I had in diploma really helped my jam. I scored one of the highest jams that year. I got 280. Then the post-UME was very simple because so I just
already in the system.
The system already. It was very easy. I passed post-UME and I entered petroleum engineering. So those first 2 years in school, I was doing both diploma in chemical engineering and petroleum full time at the same time. It was very crazy. It was one of the craziest times of my life. So why I continue with diploma is because I already paid school fees.
Yeah.
My drop out, I waste my school fees, it's not refundable. So I don't did it. So to God be the glory, I scaled through everything.
Yeah.
I did carry over one single year in school. I just went
Yeah.
through.
That's
I was not the brightest in school. No, I was not the brightest, but we
well,
just
you did what was needed to be done.
uh,
What influenced your choice of engineering? Why did you choose at diploma level you did chemical, at BSc level, at BNG level you did petroleum engineering? What influenced that?
So it's my father. My father is one of my biggest role models. He was an engineer.
Okay.
I know those days it's either you're a lawyer, you're a
The
doctor.
professional courses, as they say.
Exactly. So all my siblings, he has said, okay, you'll be lawyer, you'll be doctor. And funny enough, all of us read that line. My last born is in UK. He had first class in Uniben. He's a lawyer. My sister is works in lecture, So all of us are in that field because she said you will do this, you will do this. And I was his favorite son. It's okay, you will do engineering. And that was it. Although let's not get into the practicing part. I never practiced engineering after because for me, I didn't feel fulfilled. I was
Okay.
seeing because I was in Exxon Mobil for my IT.
Yeah.
Every 400 level you go for IT. I spent about 1 year in Exxon Mobil. And yes, it's a very nice place to work, a good place to work, but it's not really what I wanted for myself. It's not really what I wanted for myself. So I finished. I went to banking. I love money so much. I love finance. So from there, the rest is history. Really.
Yeah. Let's talk about you made mention of your father or your parents choosing courses for you and your siblings.
Yeah.
That is what was obtainable then as against what we have today.
Yeah.
And what do you think works better? Do we allow students, young aspirants into the university to choose courses for themselves, or do you think then it was better because our parents definitely have they have better orientation or better knowledge?
Okay.
They make those decisions for us.
So then and now are completely different eras. So one thing I've learned in this my short life is there's no one road to success. There's no one road. You can have many roads to success. So our parents then worked with the knowledge that they had.
Yeah.
That knowledge is, you have to be doctor, you have to be engineer, you have to be this. Is that knowledge that they had? I mean, most of my friends today that are rich are not doctors, are not engineers, are not lawyers. They're entertainers, broadcasters, finance, just anything that you have a passion for, just go for it. I know in Nigeria now, you have to go for the one that is paying you the money. Passion doesn't work now. But
Passion backed up by finance.
exactly. Passion can rest first. Make your money, then after you can do passion. But I will encourage children, if you are going to work, you are doing a profession and you have passion for it, there's a likelihood that you make it. Even if you paint, you can be the best painter in the world. You make money from it.
Yeah.
So go for your passion, do it, but you can't allow your parents to treat you. Do not be there. My father is dead now, it's late, So if I had my choice, my way, I will not study engineering. I will not, I'd have studied finance or business or something, He's not here anymore. I'm the one that's carrying that load of engineer Morris. He's not here. So if I had my way, I would study what I wanted to study, not what they chose for me.
What did you want? What did you want for yourself then?
So I've always loved trading. I love trading. I'm a trader now. I love to trade. So I'd have loved to study business management or finance, something around that field. That's what I always wanted, But it is what it is, He's not here now. He's not here now. I'm the one that is here, and I have to follow my dreams, my life, and do what I have to do.
Yeah. Let's talk about your time in Uniben. You spent an average of about 6 years. If you calculate the 1 year you
About 7.
7 years. Oh,
That's
okay.
7 years.
That's quite a significant number of years for you as an adult. What was your time like in Uniben?
It was very, very stressful. I mean, you knew me then now.
Yeah.
One time. It was very stressful. So, 100 level, okay, I entered 2008. It's a very long time ago, and it was through diploma, you know. So, it was very stressful for me. That first 2 years was very stressful. So, when I dropped the diploma, after I finished that program,
Yeah.
things became a bit easier, and I could have more room to socialize. I mean, you knew me then I was doing SUD,
Yeah.
so I had more time to do student activism and all those things, But it was very, very, very stressful for the first 2 years, very stressful. Then the court issues in school. At that time, I lived in the custody off campus,
Yeah.
and I joined Christ Embassy, a church in school, because the cultists, they love or they respected people who went to church. I didn't have any issues with cultists at all. No single issue with cultists. For a place like Ekosori that is very terrible, I had no issues with cultists, no problems, nothing. I just went to church quietly, from church to my house to school. In fact, if they see me, they'll say, Pastor, come and give us. They'll give me money. Cultists that like to obtain people, they'll give me money to go and put offering for them in church. So that's how I lived in school. I just put my head down, and since I left school, I've not returned though, because I don't know how they are now.
Yes.
They are more vicious. I don't know. I have no idea.
In our time, it was not a pleasing or something.
Oh, it was terrible. It was terrible.
But in the last few years, I can categorically say that it has drastically reduced. Cultism,
thank God.
especially around the Saudi area, it has really reduced.
We thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God. It was terrible then. It was terrible.
Yeah.
It just keep a low profile. Even when I was doing SUG then, I'll keep a very low profile. I don't make any enemies. Nothing. I just do my thing. Baye, all those guys, they're all my guys.
Yeah.
Just quietly, just do my thing quietly. Look at my HOD.
Yeah.
I'm sure just quietly. I don't make enemies. Nothing. Just quiet life.
Okay, I've been earned bags to certification from Uniben. Outside certification, what attribute can you say you took from the institution?
Oh, so Uniben. I mean, if you go to Uniben and you pass through the school and the school passes through you, or whatever, if you attend Uniben, and you are there, you follow what the school is doing, you learn resilience. It can test you as a human being. You learn how to never give up. You learn how to, whatever challenge that comes your way, you can surmount it. That's the entire essence for you to get it. And for me, my life right now, the kind of politics we're playing in Nigeria, the things we're trying to do for Nigerians, to liberate the people, you have to be resilient. People you call followers, people you're working with in your political space, they'll test you. They'll test your pickers. They'll test, your character. They'll test the process. So you have to just be resilient, and that's what I gained from the University of Benin. It tests you as a human being.
Yeah.
So they said they'll certify you in character and learning.
Yeah.
So learning is just one part, so you have to also imbibe that Uniben character, and that's it.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the Obidient movement. You are the interim director of mobilization of the Obidient movement. Do you think that the Obidient movement is still as strong, as vibrant as it was prior to the 2023 general elections?
So, I've been avoiding interviews since. You've been trying to reach me for a long time. I've been avoiding all manner of interviews. You say, this guy is proud, he's arrogant. I'm not proud, I'm arrogant. I've been avoiding all manner of interviews. But, everybody has been asking me questions. I've been trying to maintain a low profile. I don't talk to anybody. But this past few months. I said, okay,
You're in the eyes of
let's
the
start,
Nigerian public right now. So
I said, okay,
we always
let's
want
start.
to ask questions from you.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good. I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
Our national coordinator, Dr. Tanko, said we should talk to as much people as we want to talk to,
Yeah.
So the Obidient movement, it's even stronger now than it has ever been.
Mhm.
2023, people underestimated the movement. They thought it's just 4 people sitting in a room. They thought, it's just a social media president that is trying to contest for office. And we gave them the element of surprise. People are surprised, like, wow,
Yeah.
6 million votes, which for us, we won that election.
Yeah.
So the movement has gotten, then we had spread. We had spread all over the country. Everywhere in Nigeria, there's an obedience. We had spread all over the country. But this time, not only do we have spread, we have depth. When I say we have depth, one of our failures in the last election was polling unit agents.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's an obedience, but nobody was taking charge of the polling units. So places like Nasarawa, because we won Nasarawa State, we didn't have polling unit agents. Nobody was taking charge. There was no leadership. So when we win, where if you win a polling unit area, nobody to sign that result. So APC and PDP will just share the result among themselves, and that was it. So now depth means in these areas, our people are being put in all these areas. We've learned from our mistakes. Everywhere we don't have polling agents, we put them there. So that's where we said, it's why I said we have depth now. We have spread, we have depth. So everywhere in the country right now, our job,
Yeah.
Directorate of Mobilization, is to ensure that our people are everywhere and taking charge of their areas. We had 1 million man marches everywhere. But I'll use my own polling unit as an example. I vote in Lekki here.
Yeah.
My own polling unit is myself and 2 people that are manning the entire on the streets. The streets can have about 5-6 polling units. Only 2 people will man the entire street. We won all the polling units, but 2-3 people are manning the entire. It's not meant to be so.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be so. So this time we will have depth everywhere. Everybody will take charge for the polling unit. So that's what the Obedience movement is all about now. It's gotten more matured.
Okay.
We've seen what they can do, all the violence they can do. We've seen it now, so we know what they can do. We know how far they can go.
Yeah.
So it's getting better and better and stronger and stronger.
Okay.
Even those that have left, some have gone through about how we handled the elections last time. We've called them back. We've spoken to them. Those that have expressed their grievances, we've spoken to them. We've gotten them back into our fold. So it's getting bigger and bigger.
Okay. Talking about the 2027 election. First off, I want to ask, I want to hear from you. Would Peter Obi be contesting the 2027 election?
So I do not know yet. He has not told us, his followers, yet. But the obedience movement right now, we are trying to just create a super juggernaut machine. So I cannot say categorically that Peter Obi is going to contest. I cannot say anything. I've got a question for coalition in contesting. Please let the man, let's trust him. Let's trust him, please. So I cannot answer any question on his behalf. I don't want to say, Peter Obi will contest. I cannot say that. Let him come out and clear by himself. If there's any coalition, let him say it by himself. I will not comment on if he's contesting or not. But the indicators show that he's the one that Nigerians want right now.
Okay.
That's the indicator. Everywhere we go, the indication is that Nigerians want him. So he's looking at all this and trying to just, make an informed decision when that time comes.
Okay. Talking about Nigerians wanting Peter Obi, some Obidient and some Nigerians at large think that the 2027 election is a lost cause already, stating that if the current President Tinubu could not be defeated as just a candidate of the APC, they think that he cannot be defeated as an incumbent president and likely to be the candidate of the APC. What can you say about that?
So, for me, it's spreading fear. It's spreading fear, So all this is spread by APC themselves that, look, this person is invisible, is immortal, it cannot be beaten. So, no, I'm telling the truth. So they have entered into the minds of Nigerians that this man is invisible, he cannot be beaten, is he who must not be named. That's super force,
Yeah.
But let me tell you, if you look back in history, every strong man, every dictator has been beaten in the polls. No matter how strong you think you are, everybody who thinks they're a strong man or a dictator and cannot lose an election has been defeated in the poll. But what it takes is people to say enough. Once they say it's enough, that's it. So whatever, as I said, last election, it was the first try. We now know the extent they can go. We now know.
Yeah.
We didn't know that before. We guessed that before, but now we know how far they can go. So our side are trying to retool our arsenal, to counter whatever they will throw at us when that time comes. So when you say, he could not be defeated, it's fear from APC themselves trying to create an atmosphere of fear. And once you can successfully put fear into Nigerians, you've killed them. You've killed them. If you can put fear in the hearts of Nigerians, on that day, they won't even show up for an election. They'll say, after all, I get only one vote. You win after all, you win. My vote doesn't count. And that's what they want. That's what they want. If your vote doesn't count, why do they do vote buying? No, if your vote doesn't count, why do they do vote buying? Because it counts.
Yeah.
So they are banking that let's spread fear all over the country. Once we spread fear, people will not come out, then they can rig as they want.
Yeah.
If people come out overwhelmingly to vote, there's no amount of rigging you can do. Look at Lagos. I was in Lagos. I worked with Benin with Revival for Lagos election. And the work we did on the ground, you saw the turnout in Lagos. They rig. The rigging could not even enter. Obviously won. Because it was overwhelming. So if we replicate that all over Nigeria, each state by state, the difference will be clear. So when they say that, I don't say, look, that's noise is from APC camp. They're trying to demoralize Nigerians. Now, if we vote or we don't vote, they've chosen who do. That's not true. As I said, if your vote doesn't count, there will be nothing like vote buying. And they have budgeted billions, hundreds of billions to buy votes. They have.
Okay. In my introductory remarks, I said you're a man of different progressive parts. You are Director, Trade and Agency Nigeria Limited, Chairman, More Credit, Chairman, Crips Agro, and a lot of others. But I want to concentrate on the Delta State Esports Association for this question. What is that about? What is the association about?
Okay, so esports is a growing kind of sports. Esports, okay, you own a PlayStation 5, right? Or a PS4. I also own a PS5. And it's an untapped area of sports that Nigerians are not yet familiar with. So we have competitions all over the world. We just had one in Saudi Arabia, the World Cup, the Esports World Cup. And we feel it's a tool to empower young Nigerians all over the country. There are people, if you go on the street, you're in UK, so maybe you're not really aware of what's going on in Nigeria. There are so many young people in Nigeria that are unemployed. No school, no jobs, nothing. I'm from Delta State. If you go to Delta State, a young graduate, what they're doing is driving blue keke napep. Those states is keke napep, blue napep, blue bus. No civil service jobs, no companies in Delta State, nothing, no work. So it's either you are a Yahoo boy driving Keke Napep or Blue Bus, or you're a land agent. I'm telling you, I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. So we have said, okay, you know what? Let's do this. It will be a way. I mean, you know, Tunde Ono Koya, right?
Yeah.
Just you can see what you have done. Yeah, you can see what you have done with young people using sex. So he has been very focused on that, and you can see the results he has done through chess.
Yeah.
So if we can use esports, our PS5 that we play for fun, people can play professionally, travel all over the world, enter competitions, win money, change their life. So that's what we're trying to do in esports in Nigeria. So there's a federation. I don't know if you know Aldo Makori. Used to be in Chocolate City, MIS.
Oh, yeah. I'll do, yeah.
He's our national president.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so we have a federation, and we're trying to do programs in each state to try and ensure that young Nigerians can participate in this, use it as a tool, as a platform to escape poverty. It's doable, it's possible. And we're also appealing to corporate bodies to also sponsor this, to be part of this. You know, it's not just us using our personal funds to run this. We want Nigerians, rich Nigerians, the elite Nigerians to be part of this. Sponsor young Nigerians who play their PlayStation 5, their PS4, their Xbox professionally. Fan of going to share rice or no, I'm not a fan of that. No, it's no. Because once you eat the rice are finished. That's all. That's all.
Yeah. I just want to clarify. It appears that esports, your association has government backing, where I can see it is domiciled in the Delta State Ministry of Sports Development.
So it doesn't have government backing. That's a misconception people have. So it's a federation. The Ministry of Sports in the state just has to sign off on it.
Okay.
We don't get funding from them. We're not appointed by the state government. No such thing. So they just sign up on it, and that's it. So it's like Nigerian. I don't know if there's a Nigerian Chess Federation or Nigerian Boxing Federation.
Yes, there is.
Each state has this chapter.
That's branches, yes.
Yeah. So, but the state government has not much to do with it. They just sign up on it. That's it. You know, funding comes from the federation.
Yeah.
You know, and that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Lastly, this is personal, direct to you. Do you intend to run for public office in the nearest?
So, you know, Nigeria is a very special place. I can be the Pope. I'm sorry to all Catholics. I can be a man of God. I can wear white with a halo on my head. If you don't have money to throw around, you're wasting your time. So it's not about, yes, maybe I want to serve the people, but it's not about that one. You have to have money. You know, you have to have network. You have to have resources and all that. So it's not just about wanting to serve. You know, can you back it up? So that's what it. So Nigeria is a very confusing place. They said if they explain Nigeria to you, I understand. Then it means they didn't explain the country to you. That is Nigeria for you. So it's a very it's a paradox society. It's not a place where the best of the best emerges. Is you know, is who no man who get money. That's Nigeria for you. I was asking somebody on X, one of our economists, to explain the NNPC. You know, there was a scandal, a $3 billion scandal.
Yes.
He explained to me. He was explaining. I don't understand. He said, you see, that is Nigeria for you. You will not understand. He said, you don't understand. That's Nigeria for you. You can never understand. You know, so that's just the way the country is. So if I'm given the opportunity to serve, why not? You know, it's to add value. Why not? Yeah, I will. But I've told you the limitations in the system.
At the moment, yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Morris Monye, for creating time to be part of the interview for today. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
I've
very
been
much.
speaking with Morris Monye. He is the interim director of mobilization Obidient movement. He is the chairman Mo Credit. He is the chairman Delta State Sport Association. Thank you for watching this episode. Subscribe to our channel for more interesting interviews with the alumni. Bye for now.
1970, we sure we did the forefront. Knowledge for selfish, for sure we did the work. Auditorium to basement of all faculty of law.